Hello, my lovely Libras. Welcome back, or if you're new, welcome for a general reading. This is for the last half of February, but as time is fluid, it may flow into March a bit. However, this is a general reading, so please do take what resonates and leave the rest. Also, maybe check out one of the other signs you have in your chart if it seems to suit you more. But we are going to go ahead and get into a general reading for you. We'll be using the tarot deck, the angel deck, and the general psychic deck here to kind of elaborate on that. So hopefully we will get some clarification for you. In starting, we will start with the first row is kind of where you are now. And the second row is what will be coming. So could be coming quickly, could be coming in the next couple weeks, but that is what will be coming. And again, we will certainly be getting clarification on this. If this does resonate with you, please do like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But otherwise, let's get right into it. So we have the Two of Wands here, and that lets me know that you've either recently made a decision about something, either work, relationship, job, something of that nature, but a fairly substantial, I would say, decision about something here, or you have one coming up that you're pondering now, perhaps, or will be presented to you. That is followed by the Six of Pentacles. And I'm hoping you can see these cards fairly well. But the Six of Pentacles is letting me know that this will possibly be a decision that is going to affect your finances. So again, that doesn't necessarily mean it is job or business opportunity related, because as we all know, relationships can certainly affect your finances as well. If you have to move out, do those kinds of things, those can certainly be effective of your finances. But the one thing about this is showing that, you know, with the Six of Pentacles, it's showing the scales here and the charitable aspect of it. But the scales are telling me that right now you are trying to be very, I guess, judicious with your funds, or that you will need to be judicious with your funds right now with making this decision, because it's something that you want to consider. Consider the funds and how they will be related by your decision. So even if it's something that is not on the forefront, even if it's not a directly related decision, let's say it is a relationship decision, you know, that you wouldn't necessarily think, okay, so if I break up with this person, or if I decide to go with this person, that doesn't really affect my finances like a job choice or an investment choice or what have you. Do be cognizant that, you know, there is going to be a balancing of funds involved here. And this could be a person who may, you know, be a drain on your funds, because here we have the giving card. You know, this is giving, this is charitable. This could be a drain on your funds, or it could be something where, you know, you may be something that is draining on their funds in some regard. So it could affect your finances. And I think you need to be cognizant of that no matter what the decision is pertaining to, but particularly if it is a financial decision related to a job, a financial opportunity, those kinds of things. Here we have the King of Wands in reverse. So this is telling me that if this is your energy, that this energy is making you feel a little out of control. Typically the King of Wands is a very, you know, a controlled, in charge of all of their, you know, faculties, their decisions, their connections, their relationships, their everything in general. But here, with that being in reverse, it's letting me know that either the person that's coming into this decision is going to kind of cause a little bit of trouble for you, may not be the smoothest, you know, decision to make, or it's going to cause a bump in the road for you. It's going to throw you a little bit off. And again, that would kind of relate back to this Six of Pentacles card, that you do need to be cognizant, because what I'm feeling is that where it may be causing the effect for you is in your finances. And it may not be something that you see coming. You know, it may be something where you're more like, you know, this decision is not really directly financially related, so you're not really considering the financial repercussions or aspects of it, but it will. You know, obviously all of our life's choices do tie together. And so you do need to be thoughtful of that, because it could be what turns you a little bit on your ear, a little bit upside down, doesn't make you feel like you have that kingly, stable energy that you are used to, or that you've felt comfortable with for a while. So just when you're making that choice, do be cognizant that you are analyzing all of the situation. But going forward, we have the High Priestess in reverse, and that is falling right below that Two of Wands, that choice card. So I think that's saying, you know, you're having a choice to make, but with the High Priestess in reverse, I feel like you, again, you're not using all of your wits, you're not using all of your intuitions to make the best decision. And I think that's probably maybe what's happening here is you're making a decision based on emotion. You're emotionally driven by this decision. So this could be a relationship decision, or you're just driven by excitement or need or love or something of that nature, where you're just making you know, a decision where you're not putting all of the thought into it. And so I would warn that maybe you want to definitely stop and put a little bit more thought into it, because we do not want to get you in a situation where, you know, you jumped, you leapt without weighing all of the intuition, all of the intelligence, all of the knowledge that the High Priestess can offer ahead of time. You kind of overplayed your hand and jumped into something. You let emotions run its course, and then it cost you. Because right next to that, we have the Eight of Swords, and it's telling me that you're feeling bound up. You're feeling like things aren't going the way you wanted them to, and that is falling right below that Six of Pentacles. So again, I feel like you're feeling like you're bound up by money situations. So you may have jumped into a relationship without checking all the ways that this could affect you financially. You jumped into something, you know, a job offer that seemed too good to be true, perhaps, and maybe it was. Or an investment opportunity that may have been too good to be true, and it actually was. You know, it was a pyramid scheme, or it was something else, and you thought, hey, this is going to be so easy, so great, so much fun. You jumped into it without really doing your due diligence here, and now you're stuck to it. You're tied up in it, like, okay, what do I do now? Because now I'm kind of like balancing how am I going to pay all these, you know, all my stuff, because it's kind of financially drained me. Or you jumped into a relationship that's now kind of become a financial burden. All of these things are kind of things that I feel are kind of weighing you a bit. However, on the upside, you do end with the Ace of Cups. So this tells me that if this is your energy and it's coming below this King of Wands in reverse, this is telling me that whatever it is that you do, you are able to pull it out. You are able to get yourself grounded back to your, you know, your normal, sensible self, channel that High Priestess energy to, okay, what do I do to fix this? Let me use my, you know, my pragmatic side. Let me use my more, you know, thoughtful side as to how to fix this, how to get out of this situation, and channel that Ace of Cups energy. And it may be where you have to call in your relationships, your connections, your people, your Ace of Cups, as it were, you know, the big guns, you know, somebody in your family, somebody that you can trust, somebody that you count on to help bail you out. It may be that case. You know, you may have an Ace of Cups energy, you know, a parent, a best friend, someone else you can call and say, okay, you've got to help me get out of this, but they will pull you out of this. You, either you or someone, a relationship person that you have a relationship with, and not again necessarily a romantic relationship, but someone that you are very comfortable with, that is a helper for you, is going to come in and pull this out. And I do believe, with this falling below the King of Wands, I believe this is a person who may recognize that this choice that you went into was not the best choice, and they are there to try to help you get out of that choice. And they are going to do that. So all will be right, I believe, in the end. My intuition here, everything in the cards, everything is telling me all will be right in the end. But it is going to, you are going to have, you know, a situation here where for a bit you are going to feel like maybe you leapt into a choice. But again, there is, you know, you always have the option to, you know, consult your High Priestess and not jump into this choice. But again, you know, if this is something where you're making an emotional choice, the heart wants what the heart wants. And that doesn't necessarily mean, you know, a love or relationship. Sometimes, you know, you're just excited or exuberant about something, and that's what your heart is saying, jump at that. Even when your head is saying, well, maybe that's not, maybe we should research, maybe we should do some due diligence, and you're not really listening to that. You're kind of jumping in and it's not the best for you. But I do believe you're going to be able to get out of that without a whole lot of scathing there. Someone will help you, or you will be able to pull it out of the fire on your own. So I'm going to reach into this deck here for some clarification on some of these. So can we get some clarification, please, on the Two of Wands choice card here? What do we have here for the Two of Wands choice? What can we get here for some clarification there? And we have partnerships and alliances. So again, I feel like this is somebody is offering you a partnership, an alliance, and it could be a romantic partnership, or it could be, again, an opportunity that you are super excited about, but maybe it's not on the up and up entirely, or it's a little bit too good to be true. Be cognizant of that. Can we get some clarification on this Six of Pentacles, please? Six of Pentacles, please. Emotional loss. And I feel like the emotional loss here is going to be, you know, that you lost your emotion, you lost yourself into the emotion, is how I feel that this is happening. I feel like what's happening is that you were lost into the emotion more so than a feeling of emotional loss. You lost yourself into the emotion of it all and jumped in, and it's caused a little bit of this chaos. That is how I feel like that is being read. And the reason being is that, you know, this was something that made you, it sparked something in you and made you act in a way that you normally would not act, a little bit outside of your normal scope. You may be a very pragmatic person typically, and this time you were just like, this is just, you know, however they sold it to you, whether it's a relationship or a partnership or an opportunity, it sounded wonderful to you and you just jumped. King of Wands in reverse, please. Spiritual strength. So I think the way I feel like this is reading is that this person is testing your spiritual strength. They're testing your strength by, you know, they're really they're a salesman. This person is really a salesman, and your spiritual strength is really tested here because, again, this is not something that is normally you to jump into things. You're not a person who typically jumps without looking. You know, you're not a lover's leap type of person. You're not an emotionally driven person necessarily. You know, you're more of a balanced, you're a Libra, right? Scales. You know, you're more of a balanced type of person. So this is testing your spiritual strength to try to deal with this King of Wands in reverse energy. But this person is obviously some sort of salesman, or they're telling you what you want to hear. This could be a narcissistic person who they know exactly what to say. They know how to say it. They know what to do to get you on board. They could just be a born salesman. This could be, but this is someone that you might want to just watch out for, because they are going to test your spiritual strength. I do believe that. And make you do things that normally is not something you would do. Whether, again, it be entering into a contract, entering into a business deal, a venture, a job type situation you wouldn't normally, a relationship you wouldn't normally get into. High Priestess in reverse, accelerated motion. And again, I think that's saying that normally you're a person who thinks things through. You weigh all of the consequences. You consult all of the due diligence as far as your knowledge, your research, or what have you. And this time you are taking accelerated motion. That's why this is in reverse. You aren't doing your due diligence. You aren't doing the normal things that you normally do. You are jumping at this. And that's causing you a little bit of havoc. In fact, it's causing you to be tied up here with this Eight of Swords. It's making you feel a little bit out of control. And it's not a feeling that you're going to necessarily love either. Eight of Swords, please. Intuition. And I think this is where, again, below where you've lost your emotion, your intuition starts coming in here. Because this is where I do believe it leads you into consulting this Ace of Cups, either your Ace of Cups energy, which is falling below your spiritual strength. So again, you may just find your own spiritual strength and you find a way to get out of this yourself. or you know who to consult, where to go, how to do it to get out of this mess. So I don't care if you've entered into a relationship and you have to find your spiritual strength to cut this off, even though you really care about this person or you feel really tied to this person. I don't care if this is a business deal that you've gotten into and it's kind of draining you. You find a way to financially get out of it. You channel that spiritual strength and your intuition is telling you, you know, I have to get out of this. I have to do that. But you do, and you find a way to do that, whether it's seeking help, whether it's seeking someone who is your spiritual strength, you know, you have a connection, a friend, a person, someone you look to for help, or whether it's your own personal spiritual strength that you channel. Either way, you do get out of this. I do truly believe that. But, you know, your intuition at this point is telling you, you've got to stop this motion forward because it's led you down the wrong path. You need to return to your, you know, your typical Libra ways of being more balanced and calmative and, you know, everything on a nice even keel, not jumping at things. So let's get some on this emotional withdrawal. And I think what that's saying is you're just pulling away from whatever this is. You're withdrawing from it because you know you have to. And, you know, that is what is going to give you this ability to overcome. And you may be able to overcome it with somebody new who's going to help you get out of this. This could be a new person that comes in and says, hey, this person's bad for you, but I'm here. You know, this could be your knight in shining armor relationship, or it could be a friend or family member. It could be a helper. You know, this could be a lending officer that you need to get you out of some financial issues here. This could just be your own personal strength and you emotionally withdraw to yourself and say, I need to, you know, reassess what I've done here so I don't ever do this again. You know, emotionally withdraw and into my own intuition and my own spiritual strength here so that I know that I don't make this same mistake again, because that's a bit much. And then we're going to pull angel cards, but first we'll go ahead and look. You know, the numbers that I see coming up here more often here are the 8s. So, you know, if 8 is anything to you, you know, you have the 5 and the 3, those are 8s as well. So if you put those together, you know, you have a 9 and a 2, if anything means, you know, those are anything to you. But, you know, those are all numbers, but the 8 seems to be jumping out to me with the 5 and the 3, the 8, you know, I feel like an 8, if there's, you know, something about 8 days, the 8th of the month, you know, something like that could be significant. So keep that in mind. But let's see what your angel cards might have to say about any of this to give you a little bit of advice to just kind of close this out. See if they have any help for you. What would your angel cards say here about this partnership and alliance, please? Presence. So have the presence and knowledge to try to, you know, this is something where it's saying your presence, you're going to be in the moment. And the thing is that it's fine to be in the moment and it's okay, but with the way that things go here in this case, you probably need to stay within your own personal presence, what you know is right, more so than being present in the moment is how I believe that this is trying to let you know. Be in what you know, in your personal presence, what you feel is right, more so than being present in the moment and swept away by this situation. How about emotional loss here, or really your loss into the emotion in regards to that? And it's saying power. And the underlying card there, again, is the 6 of Pentacles. So you're feeling like you're losing your power here. That's where you feel like you start to lose your power. And anytime I think that a lot of us give way to emotion, we feel like we're losing our power. That's for certain. And a lot of times it's okay to do that, to give into that. But in this case, I think what it's saying is that you need to regain some of your power. If you see, you know, the angel is, they're strong. They have their lion there. Assert power. Try not, if it's possible, try your best not to lose yourself into the emotion, not be swept away by all of this. Be present in yourself. Channel your own power. Let's see what we've got for spiritual strength here. Transformation. So, you know, again, this is on the King of Wands card, and this person's trying to transform you one way. And I think your angel is saying, do not be transformed unless you are transforming into something that is going to bring you spiritual strength, right? So, you need to make sure that whatever transformation you're making throughout this process, it's for your own good. And you know that. So don't let anyone else influence you in a way that is not going to be, it's not going to behoove you. It's not going to be something that's going to be positive for you. How about this accelerated motion down here on this High Priestess in reverse? What do we have here? What kind of advice can we get from that? Grace. So again, with this one, it is saying, you need to show some grace here. That anytime you step back and you look at something and you understand that you are humbled by this. The High Priestess is a card of strength and dominance. And, you're allowing your High Priestess to be turned upside down. And the best way you can show grace is to be in the moment of the High Priestess, more so to kind of learn and listen to yourself, listen to your intuition, listen to what is inside you, more so to slow down and try not to be overwhelmed. Grace and gratitude, right? So you want to be graceful and gratitude of your situation, but have gratitude for the fact that you have the High Priestess intelligence. You have the ability to do due diligence. Some people just don't have that. They don't have the ability to weigh the pros and the cons. They don't have the ability to do the research, the due diligence. It's just not in them. You have that ability. You have the ability to weigh things out. So use that ability. Before you take accelerated motion, use this ability, and be graceful when you do. You don't necessarily have to, shut people down, but you do have to be, an advocate for yourself. So advocate for yourself. How about this intuition with the 8 of Swords? Obviously, this is where you're knowing that you're not feeling right. Your intuition's telling you, I'm bound up and this isn't right. Something's wrong. I need to change. Knowledge. And again, this goes with the Grace card so well. You have to gain the knowledge that you need to get out of this situation. Your intuition is your internal knowledge, of course. But it's also going to take some external knowledge to get out of the situation. How do you do it? What do you do to do it with a graceful manner? How do you go about it without hurting someone's feelings if it's a relationship? Because this person may not intentionally be trying to hurt you. They just may be not a good fit for you, and it's draining on you. And they're just a bad fit for you. We're not saying this person's a terrible person. They could just be a bad fit for you, a bad drain for you. But then again, on the other hand, this person could be a salesman that's selling you, a bridge in Brooklyn and, that kind of situation, an opportunity, a business, a pyramid scheme, and anything that is really bad for you. And now that you've gotten yourself kind of tied into it, you need a knowledge base to get out of it. You may have signed contracts, you may be financially invested, and you need knowledge to get out of it. So you've got the intuition has hit you. This isn't right. I feel tied up. I'm 8 of Swords energy here. Your intuition has warned you, but now you need the knowledge to get out, and you need to withdraw. And your Ace of Cups is going to help you. What else might help you here? Let's see what else might help you. Motivation. Well, you're motivated to get out. So that's for sure. Once you have the intuition and the knowledge that tells you this is not right, I do not feel right anymore in this. It is not, I made a mistake. You have accepted that gracefully, that you've made a mistake, and you are motivated to get out. You do seek the assistance, the help, the inner spiritual guidance to make that change, that transformation. You do seek the knowledge to get out, and you're motivated to get out. And the emotional withdrawal, I feel like, is more or less you're just withdrawing from the situation. I don't think that's like an emotional withdrawal. You're withdrawing from, life and living and all of that. It's just from this situation because it's not good for you. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope this resonates with some of you, any of you that have a decision that may come up, or you may be on the cusp of making, or that you have recently made perhaps this will tell you how to get out of it a little bit quicker, or maybe get out of it before it gets to some of these other parts that aren't as happy for you. Eight of Swords. But I do hope that this resonates with some of you and you did find the reading helpful. If you did, please do share, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Otherwise, I hope to see you back soon. I do enjoy any comments you could leave, because that's my favorite part, is to get the comments and be able to comment back to you. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and I do hope wish you the best, rather, in your decision-making opportunities. So, bye.